the passive voice with modal verbs. Can you list some modal verbs? Or what are the modal verbs in English? Thank you, that's right. The modal verbs can be can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would. All these ones are called the modal verbs. So what about using the passive with modal verbs? When you say this car should be repaired immediately, or this exercise can be done easily, these two sentences are in the passive voice with the modal verbs. So the rule of using the modal verbs in the passive voice is the modal verb, whatever modal verb, if it was can, could, will, would, whatever modal verb, then be in the past participle, which is the third form of the verb. There is a structure in using the passive, and this structure is popular and it's used in our daily life. When you say, people say that Henry is in love with his car. This is active or passive? It's an active sentence because I know the doer of the action. If I want to make it passive, I can say it's said that Henry is in love with his car. So it's said that. This is the structure of or the new structure we have to know about the passive voice. So it, passive, a verb, and the clause. This is the rule. And you can say it with another form and another structure. You can say Henry is said to be in love with his car. You can say somebody, passive verb, and to the infinitive without to, or to say to be. We have other verbs such said, believe, expect, find, know, hope, think, understand, report, consider. They said he had been a thief. It was said that he had been a thief. So the first sentence was in active voice. When I make it in passive voice, I said it was said that he had been a thief. Or he was said to have been a thief. Causative form, which related to the reason. What's about the causative form or the passive with the causative form? Let's take an example to know what is the meaning of causative form. When I say Claire had someone decorate her home. Claire had the room decorated. Have somebody do something. Or have something done. This is the meaning of the causative form. And I have another structure, have, which means done, or the meaning is experienced. When I say the thief stole all our money, we had all our money stolen. when you say someone pulled the car's mirror off, the passive is the car had its mirror pulled off. When you say, my father usually gets me to wash his motorbike, this is the active. When I make it passive, I say, my father usually gets his motorbike washed. Get somebody to do something and get something done. Let's take an activity. Use passive forms to describe one famous person, famous place, or great invention. Take your time and try to think in one of the famous persons, one of the famous places, one of the great inventions, and use the passive forms, whatever any tense, to describe this activity. That's it. You can ask your partner to guess with you. Let's take an example for that. It was built in New York. It was considered to be tallest or the tallest building in the world. However, it was bombarded in 2001. Do you know this building? So try to think and give me the answer later. Now, let's talk about some special passive structures. When I say, they saw her pick up the gun, the passive is, she was seen to pick up the gun. Another sentence. Someone has just seen him leave. In the passive we say, he has just seen to leave. The structure is the first person, make or see or hear or watch or feel someone else, and the verb. And there is another structure, someone else or the second person or somebody plus be, made or seen or hear or watched, felt, to, and the verb. When I say they caught him trying to open a car door, this is active. How can I make it passive? What is the passive form of this structure? I can say he was caught trying to open a car door. When I say you always hear them watching a football match, what is the passive of the sentence? I can say they are always heard watching a football match. When I say I left the children sleeping, so what is the passive of the sentence? It's the children were left sleeping. So this is the structure of such sentences. And also this is another structure. Let's take an exercise. The police arranged to catch the criminals at the airport. The police arranged for the criminals to be caught at the airport. So it must be to be caught, which is the main verb of the sentence. This verb transferred into the past participle to be in the correct passive. Or when I say they have arranged to hold the general election in April, what's the passive? It must be they have arranged for the general election to be held in April. And this is the rule. Someone arranged to and verb then someone else. And this is another structure. We have some verbs such as advise, suggest, recommend, propose. Also, these verbs can be used in the passive. Advise, suggest, recommend, propose that somebody should do something.